Hello and happy new year, everyone. Welcome into today's segment of market breakdown. So today we're going to be looking into different pairs, but before we do that, before we go into the the nitty-gritties of today's video, we're going to be looking back to the progress of the initially analyzed pairs, such as which are Euro NZD, BTC, US 30, S&P 500, and US 30. So we're going to be looking at them to see the progress we had on the this thing. Okay, so let's start with Euro NZD. Let's start with Euro NZD. Then we'll proceed into the rest of the pairs that we have. So for Euro NZD, we're projecting for a buy from the last market breakdown that we had. We were looking for a possible buy. Why, if you want to check, if you want to get the full details of why we're looking for a possible buy, you can just look. You can just watch the. I think it was episode 2. So you can just watch the episode 2 for more details on that, so that we don't make this video too long. I won't be analyzing it again. So we were projecting for a buy, and then I was able to pick an entry on the 4-hour time frame. I was able to pick an entry on the 4-hour time frame where I spotted an inverse head and shoulder pattern. So this is the shoulder, the head, and then the right shoulder. So I simply did was wait for a breakout to retest to the shoulder, to the right shoulder, and then when I saw a bullish engulfing candle close off of the neckline, I picked a buy entry because we've already seen from the rest of the higher time frame that this market is actually in a bullish momentum. So I picked a buy entry, and then I put my first level target for here, and then my overall level target for the next major zone. So for the next major zone, on fortunately and unfortunately, we were able to make some. I was able to make something from this market, which I believe if you followed through with the analysis I dropped, you would have been able to make something from the market as well. So we were able to make something from it. However, not so much as we actually wanted to, because the market got to the 100 level retracement and then back turned back to start moving in the other direction. So what we did was that we closed our first level target here, moved our stop loss to break even when we got to the first level target, which is the normal way it is I trade. I make sure I get a trade management plan in place before I move into a trade. Which you guys, if you've been following me for a while now, you would have been able to notice that. And okay, talking of following me, if I can't be able to drop my link on because the channel is still new. I can't drop my link in the description box yet. But then, if you would like to be a part of my community on Telegram, you can just search for Exodus underscore trade. Exodus underscore trade. You're going to see the my public channel there. You can just join this. You're going to see it's the same profile picture that is on my YouTube, that is also on the channel, that is also on the Telegram channel. So you can join it, and then you get immediate information even before the drop on YouTube, and also you'll be able to be part of the rest of the events that will be holding apart from just the YouTube breakdown, such as market psychology, talks, teachings, and the rest of it. So back to the video. So I was able to take 50% of my profit here, move my stop loss to break even. Then before I knew it, the market actually came to stop me out for break even. So that was that for that on Euro NZD. And proceeding, we're going to move. Let's check another pair. Let's look at BTC. Also on BTC, we now we've come to have we've come to have I don't know why is my chat like this. Okay. So for BTC, we have the overall target being fulfilled already. Have the overall targets being fulfilled. If you also want to know how it is, we the reason why we also buy, we also the reason why we're also looking for a buy in this trade, you can just look at the first episode. you can just look at the first episode on the channel. You'll be able to get a detailed understanding about why we looked to buy BTC, and then why we held and then to the target. So for BTC, we have our overall level target at $47,000 per coin. So that is also being fulfilled. And also proceeding to US30. Also on that one, we have take profits. Okay, let's check S&P 500 before we move to US30. So for S&P 500, we also have the take profits already on S&P 500 from the last market breakdown that we had, and which is we have. Okay, so we were looking to buy from around here, so we bought from around here. If you watch the last market breakdown from around here, this the break to this above this green bar, and then we held it to 4,783 basis points, which is the next target for this thing. Currently, what I'm projecting for on S&P 500 is what I'm projecting for. I'm trying to rush it so that I don't make this video too lengthy, but at the same time, I want it to be detailed enough so that you can be able to understand um, the things we had done, and also get a better understanding of the roundup from the last market breakdown. So currently, I'm waiting for a possible break above here, then a move, something that is going to look like this, for me to be able to draw a counter trend line on either the daily time frame. I would prefer the daily time frame or the 4 hour time frame. Then if I see a bullish engulfing candle close above the counter trend line, something that is looking like this, a bullish engulfing candle close, then I'll know that okay, this market is still in a bullish momentum, and then we're going to be targeting this next green bar here. Or the market can just decide to, okay, say I'm done with the bullish momentum, I want to change the trend. All I'm going to be waiting for is that I'm going to wait for this trend line to be invalidated. Once I say break below this trend line, a pullback into it, and then a continuation candle close, then I'll be looking for a possible sell on. Then I'll be looking for a sell on on S&P 500. So with that being said, let's look into US30. US30 also, we have the overall take profit, similar to Edison. Actually, it was in the same market breakdown as S&P 500. So we have our take profit for what's it called, for US30 has also been fulfilled. So the next thing that we're waiting for on US30 as well is going to be the same projection I have on S&P 500, which is for me to be able, I'm going to be waiting for something like this. I'm going to be waiting for it on daily time frame. If I see a pullback and then I'm able to draw a counter trend line, and then I see bullish engulfing closer above it, then I'm going to be buying. But then my next level target is going to be at this green bar here. So basically, um that's that for the previous market breakdowns that we've had. So proceeding, we're going to be looking into let's start with uh okay, we've done Euro USD as well. Euro USD has came to okay, Euro USD. So our projection from the last market breakdown that we have on Euro USD was that Euro USD was here at the time. So we're waiting for it to come fulfill this place. So we're there already. Now Euro USD is looking like it's changing its trend to the upside, but we can't actually we can't actually say yes, there's a change in trend yet until okay, let me just say what I'm going to be waiting for. Let me go to the monthly time frame so that it's going to be clear, and then I'm going to come back to the lower time frame to explain it better so that I can understand the things that I'm trying to show you. Okay, let me remove this line so that my chart will be clean, and then you can be able to understand everything very well. Okay, so now that we have it clean, okay, so for Euro USD, conservatively, I'm going to be waiting for something like that looks like this. Now this is supposed to be a double top from the last projection, you if you remember very well. So we had this double top, this is the neckline, this, so we were expecting the market to just come, test the neckline here, which the market had done, and then continue falling to the downside, which is the normal characteristic for a bearish momentum. However, the market has come, test the distance, but it's been ranging within between this major zone and between this major zone and this neckline. So the market has pretty much been ranging for a while now, for like 5, 6 or 7 months now. The market has been ranging. If you count the candlesticks, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So for like maybe a year now, Euro USD has actually been in a range on the monthly time frame. So it's basically not being able to give us a clear direction from this monthly time frame. So all we've been able to do is just to take just one trade from Euro USD in the last 1 year. We've been able to profit from other pairs as well, but from Euro USD, we've been only able to take one trade within this range. So we're able to catch the sales that happen from year to year. So currently, what I'll be waiting for is, since this market is in a range, if I'm trying to force trades within this range, there's a high chance I'm going to be losing money. But then, so I'm going to be advising myself, since I'm here to make money and not gamble what I have in my account. What I'm just basically going to be saying to myself is that I'm going to be waiting for a break above this trend line and this zone here. So I'm going to be waiting for a break above it, a pullback. Then when I see continuation candle close on the lower time frame, preferably the daily or the 4 hour time frame, I won't really like to be going down to like the 1 hour time frame. So it is when I see a bullish engulfing candle close, a bullish engulfing continuation candle close on the daily time frame or the 1 hour time frame. That is when I'm going to be hopping on for a buy around this region. But if the market now decides to, okay, this everything that is happening here, this that which is the close above this trend line, is just like more like a fake out, and then it still wants to continue to the downside. What I'm going to be waiting for conservatively is that I'm going to be waiting for a break below this major zone, that's this blue bar, a break below it, a pullback to this major zone. Then it is when I now able to draw a counter trend line, and then I now see a bearish engulfing candle close from there. That is when I'm now going to be selling. So my first level target is going to be at the 100 level retracement, where depending on where it is, on the time frame it is that I'm entering, like you saw on the what's it called, like you saw with Euro NZD, that when I entered on the 4 hour time frame, my first level target was on that 4 hour time frame, and then I closed my partials and then moved surplus to break even. So I'm going to be applying the same system of trading to Euro USD, and then taking my profits at the first level target, holding to this next level target. So basically that's what I'm going to be doing for Euro USD. However, there's also something interesting that is forming on the weekly time frame. There's something interesting that's forming on the weekly time frame. So if you remove these lines, let me remove this. If you want to get a better understanding of what exactly is happening on Euro USD, I'll suggest that you watch the previous analysis that I dropped. This way you can be able to not just get a better understanding for the trade, but actually get a better understanding of the market, so that whenever it is that you see this kind of market condition again, you can be able to know how best it is that you should go about it and then make money from the market. So with that being said, I'm just going to bring out this. It's looking like there's a possible, if you draw this and then you put it here, you're going to see that it matches with the counter trend line that I drew. So basically, if I am going to be waiting for a sell, and then I'm not going to be too conservative, because even the weekly time frame is also you being conservative. Whichever trade it is that you're taking from the higher time frame is you being conservative, and then because you're trying to create an edge, a conservative, a well conserved edge for yourself, it's going to help you to be able to keep your money whenever it is that the market is being irrational, and there also is going to help you to make money, and like it's going to give you a better edge to make more than you lose, and then it's basically going to be as though you're not even losing at all because you're making money most of the time. It is that you're coming into the market to play your part. So with that being said, I'm just going to be waiting for a break below this trend line, a pullback to it, and then a bearish continuation candle close. I'm going to be waiting for that on the 4 hour time frame. And then if I see a bearish engulfing candle close, this green bar right here is going to be my first level target, and then the overall level target is going to be at this major zone. So if I'm able to get something like that, I will know that okay, yeah, since this trend line that is supposed to now start holding it to the upside has been invalidated, I will now know that okay, for sure, this market is still in a bearish momentum. However, this touch can just keep taking the market to the upside, and then it will eventually break the trend line from the monthly time frame, and then continue continue in its upward momentum. So with that being said, let me just bring back my tools. So with that being said, I'll just bring back my tools, and then we'll just move into another pair which is on my watch list, and then which is one of the high probability setups I'm waiting for, that I want to trade next. Okay, so we're going to be looking at Tesla. We're going to be looking at Tesla. It's actually a stock, but then you can be able to trade it on your broker. You can be able to trade it on your broker. If you don't have a broker that supports it, but you're interested in trading it after watching this, you can just, like I said earlier, you can just make sure you can just search for Exodus underscore trades on Telegram. Then on one of the posts that is in the channel, you can just ask for the link to the exchange it is I'm using to trade, because I'm using an exchange and I'm also using a broker. So I will just give you the link to the exchange. The exchange allows you to trade cryptocurrencies, it allows you to trade forex, it allows you to trade commodities, stocks, indices, and metals. So I'll just drop it for you. You can be able to just analyze any pair and then just trade it on the exchange, and then make your withdrawals in USDT. So moving forward with this, so standard procedure, the way I trade, I start from the higher time frame, and then I do a multi time frame analysis, which is scale down to the weekly time frame, then to the daily time frame, and then to the 4 hour time frame before I now which is where I'm now going to be picking my entries for the trade. So from what I can see on the monthly time frame on Tesla, is looking like a possible inverse head. Is looking like a possible head and shoulder pattern. The reason why I'm using the word possible in this case is because although it's looking like it fully already, but then you need to understand that this is the neckline, and then the neckline is yet to be broken. So anything can still happen in this market. This market can just choose to like withhold the price whenever it gets here, and then makes this possible possible head and shoulder that wants to form to become void, and then the market will just break up here and then move to the upside. So now I've created an edge for myself in this market by just simply telling myself that whenever it is that this market comes here, which is break below this trend neckline, the characteristic of trading this when it comes to price action. All you need to do is just to wait for a pullback to this major zone on the daily time frame. You wait for a pullback, and then you draw a counter trend line. It is when you now see a 4 hour break below the counter trend line, that is when you're going to be picking your entries. So I'm still going to be scaling down to the lower time frame, but then I want to explain it from a clear standpoint, because this time frame is actually clear enough, so you can be able to understand get a you can be able to understand very well what it is I'm trying to do, say whenever it is that you're now scrolling down to the lower time frame. So a break below here, pull back into here, and then a continuation candle close for a sell, or a break above here, pull back here, then a continuation candle close for a buy. So now with that being said on reducing, let's see, is there any reason why this pair is not going to, why this um edge that I've created for myself is not going to be joined together in holy matrimony. Why it's not going to be playing out? So currently, there is no reason why it should not play out. At least from what I can see on the chart, there's no reason why it should not play out. So it's either a buy or a sell from these two, from the break into these two region. So now, with that being established, we just move to the weekly time frame. I'll zoom in, and then so that I'll be able to see it very well. So it's looking more interesting. It's looking more interesting. Now, if you bring out your trend line, a possible there's a possible trend line here, formation here. It's not even possible because it's happened already. Okay, so we now have a breakout. We have a breakout retest, and then now we're having a continuation to the downside. You see, first touch, second touch. Here is supposed to be like the third touch, and then continuation to the upside. That is if this market is still in a bullish momentum. However, what we have is a break below this trend line, a pullback into this trend line, and now we're seeing a morning star on the weekly time frame from this the touch of this trend line. From the touch of this trend line. However, there's a reason why I'm not selling this market yet, because this now is looking like we should be selling this market already from here. But then there's a reason why I'm not selling this market here. Although on my major account I don't have a sell, but on my small account, which is on one of the exchanges, I'm holding a sell, but then I'm reducing my risk. Very well, because this is looking like a possible sell, and then odds are more in the favor of the sales than the buy. Now, the reason I'm saying than the buy is because there's another possible trend line here that can just easily take the market to the upside. So let me remove this, and then I don't want my charts to be too rough, and then I'll just bring out this trend line. I'm coming. Let me move this. Okay, let's do it like this. I had this on my chart before. Let me just bring it. Okay, so here is the trend line. Now we have a first touch here, we have a second touch here. This is looking like a breakout retest, and then this trend line can now easily lift this market to the upside. This can happen. I don't want to invalidate it, because I'm not the market. One thing that the market does in order for you to continuously stay profitable is that it's going to give you clues as to what it is that it wants to do next. It is now left to you to act based on those clues. Instead of you to just be predicting and stuff, you should just be reacting to whatever it is that the market is telling you. So now what the market is telling me from here is that this breakout to the upside and then this pullback here can just easily turn into a buy. Can just easily lift the market to the upside. However, because of the possible head and shoulder formation I saw on the monthly time frame, and also the breakout pullback and then continuation candle close to the morning star continuation candle close to the downside I saw on this weekly time frame, there's a high chance that this market is going to sell than it's going to buy. So like I said, that is the reason why I placed that trade on my small account, and then I make sure my risk is very, very, very low on the trade. I make sure I'm reducing my risk to the lowest point at which I can stomach whenever it is that this trade actually plays out to either way. So I'm coming. Let me bring back this trend line. There's something significant that the market is also doing apart from. Now let me show you where I picked my entry from exactly. So if you look at this breakout retest continuation to the downside, if you look at it and then you draw, what's it called? Okay, the market was here at the time, so I drew my counter trend line here, and then I came to the daily time frame. I now notice that this market has come to break below This market has come to break below the counter trend line. All I simply did was that I came, picked my short position, placed it here. I'm coming. I want to put it, let it be, at least if I didn't actually get the exact number of the entry, but let it be around the region of it so that I can understand very well. Okay, so my stop loss was here, and then because I know from the what's it called, from the monthly time frame, that this market is actually coming to this place that this arrow is pointing to. The market might not get there, but then the monthly time frame has actually given me a clue as to where the market is going. And then if the monthly time frame tells you to do something, best believe there's a 90% chance that the market is going to do it. However, the 10%, you should not be playing with it. You should not joke with that 10%. You should not joke with that 10%. That is why you should make sure you're managing your risk, and then you have a good trade management plan whenever it is that you're going into a trade. So now, what I'll be doing for this trade now is I'm going to be waiting for this trade to just come here. I'm already in it for like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So currently today is like the 5th day I'm holding this pair. So I'm going to be waiting. Once the market gets to this major zone, I'm going to be closing partial position, that's 50%, and then I'm going to be moving my stop loss to break even. Then once I get a break below here, that is if the market wants to actually move into a bearish momentum, that is if the head and shoulder formation wants to complete, then all I will do is to wait for a break below here, a pull back into this zone, and then a continuation candle close, and then I'll be adding to my sales again. So this will be running, I'll be adding to my sales, and then the risks that I remove from here is what I'm basically going to be transferring to this place. So it's as though I'm not over risking my account. I'm managing my risk very well, and I'm also managing my trades very well. So I'm going to be doing another position here with this one that is running already. So I have multiple positions running on a risk well managed, and then I'll be holding it to this place. There's a chance that the market can even get to this zone here, where this major zone is. There's a chance the market can get there and then continue to still sell again. Why is that? Let me take you back to the monthly time frame and then explain something that is actually very profound to you. Now, and that's the reason why I'm still actually bearish on Euro USD. Euro USD can decide to actually move to the upside. There's actually a temporary. Everything that's happening on the Euro USD currently, I'm seeing it as though it's a temporary buy. That the market is actually still in a bearish momentum. Now, why is that? If the longer the time of formation, the longer the time that the market used in forming a chart pattern or a candlestick pattern, the more solid, like the more solid it becomes. Now, let's take this for example. This head and shoulder pattern, if it eventually holds and then it breaks here and then pull back and then continues to sell, there's a chance the market can even come to this place. Why is that? It actually took a long time to form. Now, because of the long time it took to form, there's a high chance that this market is actually going to take a long time in actually breaking out and then rally to whichever place it is that is, to whichever direction it is that is going to whichever direction it is that is going to. So, to round it up, we're going to be we're going to look at GBP USD, which is also similar to what we have on, what's it called? Similar to what we have on the Euro USD. So we're going to be looking for. So I'm in this already. Let's look at Euro USD. Okay, so Euro USD. Let me come to monthly time frame. It's similar to what we have on GBP USD is similar to what we have on Euro USD. Sorry, I'm saying Euro USD time to time when I should be saying GBP USD. So this is GBP USD chart. And let me zoom out and then we can be able to now break this down. Okay, so this is what I'm going to be waiting for on GBP USD. Yeah. So we have the first touch, we have the second touch, and then the third touch. Okay, let's just use that for trend line. I thought I picked the trend line too, but that also works. So for this, we have the first touch, we have the second touch, and then we have the third touch of the trend line. This market is actually respecting. Is actually looking like it's at the touch of the trend line again. So what I'm going to be waiting for is if this market wants to move to the upside, let it come and break above this one. I'm coming. Let me zoom out so that I can be able to see what it is I'm explaining. So if this market wants to actually move to the upside, that is if this morning star is going to hold, continues to hold, I'm going to be waiting for a breakout above this trend line. If it happens, whichever thing that happens from year to year is none of my business. Like I'm all I'm trying to do is to stack up the probability, if to stack up my odds, so that whenever it is that the market starts to play out, I know that yes, I'm trading according to a solid edge. This way I'm not bothered to be checking charts up like time to time. I give the market room to do its thing and then just come, open the chart, open my trades and then lock in my profits and then continue to the rest of the trades to the possible opportunities that the market is giving me, or either on the same pair or another pair. So, with that being said, it's 31 minutes already. I don't want the video to be too long, but I so I'm going to round up with this GBP USD. So, it's actually the last pair we're supposed to be looking at. So, a break above here. This is from the monthly time frame. It is when I now see a break above here. If this morning star continues to hold, it is when I now see a break above this zone. Then a pullback to it on the daily time frame, a pullback to it, then a 4 hour bullish engulfing candle close above a possible counter trend line. That is when I'm now going to be taking a buy. Overall target is going to be here. First level target is going to be wherever it is that the 100 level retracement is, or this trend line this can just be that the market is trying to fulfill a technical is trying to fulfill technical levels, and then we can just we can just simply see somewhat of a break below this major zone, a pullback into it, it on the daily time frame, and then a 4 hour bearish engulfing candle close. It is when I now see that I'm now going to be looking for a sell opportunity. I'm going to be holding to this major zone. I'm going to be holding to this major zone. There's going to be a possible adding of position here. But then I'm going to make sure that whenever it is that I'm selling this, I'm going to be taking partials, at least 50% of my profit at the what's it called, at the 100 level retracement. Then I'll move stop loss to break even and then let the market do its thing. So basically that's going to be my plan for this trade, and then like that. So now that we're done with the monthly time frame, I'm going to let's go to the weekly time frame. But before that, let me bring back my tools. And then okay. Okay, so let's take away the trend line. We've already been able to, it's already done its work. So now if you draw this on the weekly time frame, well, it is that we are. If you draw this from here to here, so this trend line can actually be serving as a support for this market to the upside, and then it continues here, break above here, a pullback, and then we'll be targeting here. Or this market can actually be like, if what the market does is did is that it actually went to fulfill a technical level which is around this region. If it is when I now see a break below here, if you calculate the pip count from here, it's looking very short, but remember this is the weekly time frame. So if you calculate the pip count from here to here, let me even calculate it so that I can be able to see. These are massive space to the downside and or to the upside. we actually have space to either um either direction. So if you see, this is like 450 pip. 450 pip. However, we might not be able to get the exact 450 pip because we might not be able to get the actual entry at the touch of this trend line. So, like I said, we're going to be waiting for a breakout below here, a pullback into this trend line, or a pullback that allows us to draw a counter trend line. So it is when I now see a 4-hour bearish engulfing candle close below the counter trend line. That is when I'm going to be picking um my sales. First level target at the 100 level retracements, and then the overall target is going to be at the major zone, at the major zone, at the major zone. So that's going to be that about that on today's market breakdown. Please and please, I would like you to, if you know you've been able to learn something from today's episode, I would like you to hit the subscribe button, turn on post notification, hit the like button, and also help share the link to this episode, which is episode 5. Yes, episode 5. So the last video that I dropped, I was uploading it and then my Wi-Fi went off, so I thought the video had cancelled. So I re-uploaded it again, not knowing that it's actually gone through. But then I didn't see it on my channel on time. So it is when I now re-uploaded it that I now saw that the video actually uploaded twice. So that was a mistake. It's actually uploaded twice. So this is actually episode 5. This is going to be the 5th episode. So this is going to be the 5th episode, and the last video was uploaded twice. I still want to delete it, but I'm unable to, like, I want to delete one of it. But the reason why it's still there is that I let me say I'm new to YouTube. It's a new channel, but then thank God we're growing. So I don't really know how it is. I'm supposed to, like, although I've not really spent much time on it, but I'll try as much as possible to spend time on it and then look for a way to delete it so that people don't get, like, it doesn't confuse people, and then you'll be like, we've watched this already, which one is this again, and you grab. So but then make sure, if you can watch the video over and over and over again, it's going to help you to build your mastery, and then, like, help you to grow as far. It's going to help you shorten your learning curve. It's going to help you get a good it's going to help you increase the way you think whenever it is that you're in the trade. It's going to increase your psychological level, and then help you to get better, basically. Help you to get better. So whichever thing that happens below this trend line, this major trend line, like I said earlier, is still bearish to me until we see a break above here. So that on that for this episode. So like I said, guys, please do well to subscribe. Do well to subscribe. I'll appreciate your subscription. Hit the like button so that YouTube can be able to recommend the videos to other people on YouTube, that are coming to YouTube as well. Hit the like button, subscribe, comment, help share the video, and then turn on post notification. Okay, guys, happy new year once again. Thank you very much for tuning in to this episode. I hope you would stick by the teachings, stick by the analysis, and then make some money for yourself um, during the course of the first quarter of this year and beyond. So cheers, guys. Thank you once again.